It's all the fun of the fair and a collection of quirky contests at Scotland's famous Highland Games. But the wackiest of all involves this, a pillow of meaty goodness wrapped up in a cow's stomach.
It's called a haggis. It's the size of a small roast chicken, and here at the Games, it has to be eaten very, very quickly.
Is this the wackiest event ever? It's time to put it to the test as we go gobbling for gold. It's the World Haggis Eating Championships!
Yes, we'll be chowing down on the Scottish delicacy in record speed.
And I brought my secret weapon, super strong breath freshener!
Oh, it's lucky that we're doing this right now, because after we eat the haggis, I think I might be sick.
We're heading north of England to Scotland, and this time we're on the trail of haggis.
The wacky Scots don't just eat haggis, they throw it around too. Haggis hurling is a world championship sport.
Didn't your mum ever tell you not to play with your food? The Haggis Eating Championships are held in Burnham. But our first stop is Glasgow, where we'll be finding out everything there is to know about haggis.
Glasgow has the largest population in Scotland.
And although English is the most common language here, the accent can be a little hard to understand sometimes.
All right, guys, how's it going?
That's because people here speak what's called Glasgow patter, a unique type of slang that sometimes needs translation.
Gilly, man, you're a top bloke, by the way. Your hair's a bit minging, though.
Gilly, you're cool, but your hair's pretty gross.
It's a bit bogging. You're a bit of dafty.
Ooh, okay, so your hair's not great, and then he also called you daft. Ooh.
Amberley, man, you are actually gorgeous, by the way. Use your digits.
Amberley, you're awesome. Would you like to hang out? Yes.
How do I say I'm gonna be sick in a Glaswegian accent?
I'm going to bulk.
I'm gonna bulk.
Anyway, Gilly, talk to Amberley here, mate. Don't be so rude. Know what I mean? Actually, Gilly, we're going to take off. All right, you just chill out, man. Go get yourself a coffee.
All right, catch you after.
We're on our way to the World Haggis Eating Championships via West Scotland. And how's this for wacky?
Calvin Castle has been in the same family for hundreds of years, but its quirky paint job is a recent addition. Dreamed up by the owner's kids, they couldn't believe it when their dad agreed to do it. Scotland is home to a lot of quirky things, and here's another. It's the Largs Viking Festival. People come to live as they did in medieval times for a whole week.
What, no telly?
Nope.
No internet?
No!
No hot showers?
No. No, Gilly, it's all about the fun of reenacting history and living a much simpler life. There's only one problem. The festival is home to two camps, Vikings and Scots. And let's just say, they don't get along. Although they look real, these warriors are actually actors who train regularly to perfect the closely choreographed battle scenes.
Still looks too realistic for me. The subtle skills of a target archer are more my style. And Benedict Bruce is the perfect tutor. He's thought to be a direct descendant of Scottish warrior Robert the Bruce, King of Scots.
Oh, that was straight on the wrist.
Yes.
No wrist guard.
By the way, do it on the other side because then it won't hurt.
Legend has it that Robert the Bruce won an important battle after being inspired by a spider who made a web against all odds. His story has helped make popular the quote, "If at first you don't succeed, you should try and try again."
And you know what? Given your terrible aim, Gilly, it sounds like pretty good advice.
Robert the Bruce said keep trying, so... Well, what do you know? He was right.
Since you're royalty, do you have the ability to knight anyone?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it.
Drop on one knee, please, sir.
Oh, God.
I almost forgot. Robert the Bruce is right here.
As the power invested in me as King Robert the Bruce, King of Scots, I now declare you Sir Gill.
Sir Gill.
Right, Sir Gill, and be
Thank you very much.
recognised.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to get competitive and get in the spirit of haggis eating. So we're at the Viking village, so it's time for a little game called Cubs. In Cubs, there are 5 stumps representing soldiers and one in the middle, the king. These things here are sort of like our weapons. We've basically got to chuck them at the other side and knock over their soldiers. But the thing is, if you knock over the king in the middle, it's game over.
Sounds a bit complicated for me.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Just don't knock over the king, otherwise your team's disqualified.
I'm sorry, Cubs Queen. I'm told Cubs is so complex, it's also known as Viking chess, and that you need good strategy and perseverance to win.
Charge!
Hold it, hold it. Wait for it, wait for it.
Strategy and perseverance are going to be very important when we eat haggis later. So cubs will help us hone our skills and build up an appetite for the main event.
Okay, let's cubs then. Our two teams of warriors will battle it out until the last cub falls.
Or someone accidentally knocks the king over.
Oh, getting a stitch.
Battle lines are drawn now as our teams make a plan of attack.
Closest to the king, name your champion to start the game.
I name thee Viscount.
And tension is mounting as teams throw for the start. Closest to the king goes first.
He was fired up. We need to have another go.
Ooh, Team Gilly crumbles at the first hurdle and will have to throw second.
I was trusting you.
Unleash the buttons!
That was miles away.
The baseline cubs are under attack.
Here we go. Boom! We're first to score. 1-0 to us.
Yes.
Come on, guys, lift. Oh, what's that? It's a counter-attack and now it's 1-0.
They did it one-on-one.
Gilly's up to something and I suspect foul play.
If something is considered being strategic, yes.
We'll throw all at once, aiming for different targets. They'll never see it coming.
Hold the fort strong!
Attack! Not one, not one, not one.
We've exhausted our arsenal. It's still a draw.
It was a mistake.
Oh!
Very close, very close.
And our last buttons don't do any better. It's on to the next round. Here's where it gets a little bit tricky. Each team must now throw a single cub into the middle of the pitch, where its position can help gain a tactical advantage, especially if it's close to the king. Oh, no way. I said close to the king, not on the king. That's game over.
I call a saboteur.
Really? Classic Gilly. There's mutiny in the ranks, no surprises there, really. And a definitive win for my team. That was brilliant leadership.
As was customary at the time, if you were the loser and the leader, your reign has come to the end and you're deposed. Viscount, I accept my fate.
A bitter loss for Gilly. I hope they let him out of those stocks. Jokes. We're on our way to the World Haggis Eating Championships.
The contest will be rated for grossness, originality, laughs, and difficulty.
If the event scores over 20 points, it will win the ultimate accolade, a golden farty marty, and a chance to be named the Wacky World Beater.
Under 20 points, and it scores mould.
Let's get back to the action. Where were we?
We're in Largs, en route to a haggis eating contest. But before we move on, our new pals want us to try a special treat.
Okay, where's
Belgian chocolate, please.
Oh. This shop is a landmark in Largs, and the ice cream looks delicious. Eeny, meeny, miny. Ooh, that's not right. Something smells a little bit fishy. Oh, what have you done to the ice cream?
Bit smoked haddock in it.
Haddock is a fish local to Scotland.
And for some reason, the guys thought we might like to try it with ice cream. Sounds like it's time for a round of Would You Rather.
Let's get this over and done with. Ben, it's Would You Rather time. What have you got for me?
Well, would you rather eat the ice cream with the haddock in it, or would you jump into the water?
What, in that water?
Let me just explain to you, it is freezing here today. Guys, you live here. Would you go in that water?
No. And I know why. Largs seawater comes from the icy Atlantic Ocean.
And just as icy as this, ice cream crammed with bits of fish.
Smoked fish is not my thing, but maybe... No, I thought not.
Why
No
would
matter
you...
what, I'm not doing that.
Okay, all right.
All right, we're going to flip the coin.
Okay, I'm calling. Tails.
Tails.
Oh! That means you gotta do
I
it.
do love a Scottish dip. Let's go.
Gilly. Okay, see that island over there, Gilly? That is your target. Go! Yes! Head in! Head in! That is commitment. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Haddock ice cream seems a lot more appealing now.
What's it like in there? I can't even imagine. Would you go back?
Well, once you're already wet,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, the worst bit's getting in.
Yeah.
After that, you might as well just have another crack. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So actually, it wasn't any easier the second time around. Although I screamed less. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I'm awesome.
Thanks for that. Thanks, guys.
I'm off to the hotel for a warm shower.
We're in Largs, and on the west coast of Scotland, it doesn't get much more Scottish than this. Just like haggis, bagpipes have been enjoyed in Scotland for hundreds of years. And with Christopher's help, I reckon I could bang out a tune to impress the locals.
Blow into it quite a lot. It can take out quite a lot of air.
Ah, where did all the music go?
I do believe he said blow into it quite a lot.
Can you hold that bit? I just don't think I'm strong enough to do this on my own. Okay, cool. Back in the day, it's thought bagpipes were used on the battlefield to scare away the attackers.
I can see how that could happen.
Well, my audience seems pretty impressed, thank you.
Yeah, no, they're definitely applauding Chris's kindness and patience.
Oh, we're leaving Largs now, en route to the Haggis Eating World Championships in Burnham, Scotland, where we'll be two of only 10 official competitors eating a haggis at speed.
I hear you ask, what exactly is a haggis? Well done, great question. Local legend says wild haggis roam the hills of Scotland, but I find this very hard to believe.
There's a lot to learn about Scotland's national dish. It's time to talk haggis.
Show yourself, Haggis! You coward!
Right, the people in Glasgow pride themselves in a cheeky sense of humour, but I'm hoping if I ask enough of them, I'll get to the bottom of the haggis myth.
Excuse me, mate, are you a haggis?
No speak English.
Have you seen one before?
Yeah,
You have?
all right.
Where'd you see it?
On the mountainside.
What do they look like?
Quite hairy, red hair, lots of red hair.
Hair?
The brown.
They're brown, so we're confirming they're brown.
Yeah.
Right, I get the feeling these guys are messing with me.
They roll around. That's why they're so fast.
With one leg shorter than the other so they can run up and down the hill.
It's a night animal.
Is it vicious? Is it dark? Is it going to eat me?
No, very timid.
It's timid?
Yeah.
So it's not going to claw my eyes out or anything?
No.
What does it sound like? Well, that was actually zero help. I still don't know what to believe about this wild haggis. It's time for a serious fact-finding mission here at Glasgow's Kelvin Grove Museum.
Wow. I know what this is.
How's this? Curator Joanne Robertson has agreed to show me a real haggis.
So, here he is.
This is the haggis, the famous haggis. It's amazing. Finally, a wild haggis. But it looks so cuddly. I am actually looking for a pet. Can they be made domestic? What's their toilet situation like? Are they placid? Are they vicious?
I think it would actually almost be cruel to take them away from the Scottish mountains. That is the environment that they're best set to be in. In terms of nature, they're pretty timid, pretty friendly.
I thought this research trip would help, but the more I learn about the haggis, the less I want to eat it. What is the future of this beautiful species?
I think a lot of people do actually believe that the haggis is a real creature. It's a really, really nice idea.
Hang on, Joanne, say what?
A lot of people do actually believe that the haggis is a real creature.
That's what I thought she said.
Nice idea.
Oh yeah. So it's definitely not real.
No.
Yeah, I knew that. How silly would that be if I thought that was?
Well, if you did believe it, you wouldn't be alone, because about a third of our visitors actually think that the haggis is a real creature.
Okay, that's a relief. Closure. I can't believe it. The wild haggis is actually a huge joke, and it seems the whole of Scotland's in on it too.
Ours was made in one of the museum taxidermy workshops, and it's just a composite of British animals.
Look, it looks more real than that otter. So if you aren't a real animal haggis, then what are you?
Maybe I can help. It's definitely made from this stuff and lots of it. And as someone who usually avoids meat, eating a whole haggis feels pretty daunting, yet alone eating one at speed.
This is a little bit much for me. The smell is what's kind of really getting me. I don't cook meat because I don't like the smell, and there's just meat overload.
It's time to build a bridge, Lobo. Right, to get into meat-eating mode, I'm gonna need some serious inspiration. It's off to the haggis makers.
Let's go see some haggis. Ooh.
Basically what we do, we cook all the lungs, all the livers, all the hearts, all the good parts from the animal.
Roman Villat is both a haggis maker and a haggis lover, one who's hopefully gonna help me feel more passionate about my task.
That's the main idea of the haggis. You don't want to waste any piece of the meat.
Haggis is mostly made with offal from sheep or calves, which is good because it's less wasteful.
It seems like you accidentally might have added too much of that.
See, my problem is I'm just not used to eating meat at all.
We also make vegetarian haggis.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not today, I'm afraid.
Oh. Well, there's no point delaying it any longer. It's time to get involved. Not with that, though.
We're gonna add some stock.
I'll do the stock.
You can do the
That's
stock,
the one thing I'll do. Is it just like a veggie stock?
No, it's the stock from all the meats we were cooking before.
Cool.
Cool.
It's meat stock.
It's a meat stock, yeah.
Yay.
More meat! Whoa! Maybe it would help to focus on some of the other ingredients. Haggis uses seasoning so delicious, the recipe's actually a closely guarded secret. And if there's one thing I do know, it's my spices.
There's cardamom in there.
No.
There's garam masala in there.
No.
Clove.
Hope my nan's not watching. Haggis, it's really just an oversized sausage. And while I'm never gonna be cool with its meat content, it does look a bit like my favorite vegetable, the eggplant.
That's how we make a haggis.
But eating one whole and doing it quickly, I've still got a long way to go.
It's the night before the Haggis Eating competition. Don't worry, I got my secret weapons. I got my toothpaste, mouth spray, breath wash, but most importantly, I am the Zen. Check it. Haggis. It's just like an eggplant.
I must focus inwards and be one with the haggis. I will imagine it's an eggplant. Eggplant, eggplant, eggplant.
I'm working on that still. Oh, fun.
Haggis eating tomorrow. It's going to be a big, hefty meal, and you need something up your sleeve or in your pants. And I've got extra stretch. These are the Gill tartan pants, brought them from home. They're known for our appetites. And these have seen their fair share of battles, let me tell you that. But there was the great battle of Gill takes on family barbecue pizza. I came out on top. And the haggis will be no exception, thanks to these pants.
Welcome to the World Haggis Eating Championships. Excitement is mounting here at the Burnham Highland Games as the shot put, hammer, and most famous of all, the K-bar tossing events are well underway.
But it's the haggis eating, the flagship event of the day, that's got everyone talking. Oh, right.
I'm with Hamish and Tina. Guys, I'm about to have haggis for the first time in my life. What's it like? What is haggis like?
It's one of my favourite things.
It's your favourite, so it's tasty.
Yeah.
So do you reckon I should have like toothpaste and toothbrush on standby just in case it's really gross? Or is it just really enjoyable?
So it depends on your taste buds.
Okay. Well, I haven't eaten meat before, so in a long time, so it's going to be a really new experience for me. But I'm really keen to get involved. Thanks for all your advice.
You've just caught me taking a moment to prepare myself for the event. I've had my pants specially calibrated and I am feeling confident.
Maybe you could wash them, or just not wear them altogether, just saying.
Get ready to eat.
Well, I've got a special item of clothing too. Welcome to my bandana. This is basically it. I was gifted it by an ancient Kimosabi warrior from Japan, and it means you passed, and it's sort of going to help me through today. When I'm out there and I'm really struggling with the haggis, it's going to help me find my zen and just get me to the finish line.
Ambo, wake up! The haggis eating's about to begin.
Let's get ready to grumble!
My pants are feeling flexible.
And with my zen bandana, I can take on the world.
Do you know that it's on upside down?
Whatever, let's just get to the steps. Name, Gilly, AKA the Gobbler. Strength, elastic waistline. Weaknesses, talks with his mouth full. Probability of winning, 86%.
And in the opposite corner, name, Amberley, AKA Picky Eater. Strengths, strong teeth. Weaknesses, practically vegetarian. Probability of winning, 1%.
The race is about to get started and the tension is mounting here at the haggis table.
Amberley, AKA Picky Eater's looking very nervous. I reckon I've got this contest in the bag. The bag of meat, that is. But seriously, will she go through with this?
Well, we're about to find out, Gilly the Gobbler, because we're under starter's orders. Here we go, folks. It's plastic forks at the ready.
3, 2, 1. And they're off! It's a scorching start as the Picky Eater takes a brave stab to the haggis. I hope she's not going to be a dark horse in this race.
I'm so hot! I'm bloody hot!
But Gilly the Gobbler's off and running too, despite the heat. He's eating it like a horse. It's Gilly the Gobbler, and mouthful in front now. His lucky pants must be doing their elastic thing.
But the main pack's breaking out in front now as Picky Eater's progress starts to slow.
I need some Zen Kimosabi. Remember, it's just like an eggplant.
And Picky Eater's found her in a Zen, is still fighting back. She's still in the race by about a mouthful. But the race is already over. Just going upstairs now to get confirmation. Yeah, that's correct. The man in the yellow jersey has swallowed the lot.
How is that possible?
He's done it, but what about us?
We're in a race to the finish now.
And Picky Eater's taken a tumble. Oh no, she's ducked under the table for some last-minute meditation. Can this maybe turn things around?
Eggplant! The Gobbler thinks it's all over, but I'm channeling every last reserve of Zen I've got. Eggplant!
Check me out, I'm close to the victory!
I can't lie. I am very, very happy that this is nearly over. Eggplant! Gobbler's done it in a time of 3 minutes and 3 seconds. I'm glad it's over. That was the hardest of my meat-eating life, but I'm glad I tried.
I never let my titles like vegetarian and pescatarian limit me to competitions, so I really wanted to have a crack, but smell was okay. Like, it smelled like rosemary and oregano and all these beautiful spice mixes, but...
No, it was the heat.
Okay, let's move on quickly.
Sure, let's talk about me winning. You were the most important question is, out of Lobo and I, who was the champion?
Well, definitely in Haggis Eating. So I'm the Australian world champion now, aren't I? Unofficial.
Yes! No surprises there. I'm pretty happy with that result. A whole haggis in just over 3 minutes. Lucky pants still intact.
Oh, what? I definitely should win something for effort.
Alas, you did not, and you failed to finish.
Whatever. So how does the contest itself rate overall? It's time for gold mode. For grossness, as a non-meat eater, there was nothing about this comp I didn't find gross.
I personally thought it was fine. It's a 5. For originality, since eating food is as old as time itself, it's a low 2.
For laughter, despite the wild haggis joke being on Gilly, I really wasn't laughing. It's a 2.
And for difficulty,
The hardest thing I have ever done.
it wasn't that hard. It's a 5! It's mold!
Yep, this competition joins the exclusive Moldy Cheese Club. Wow, this is a really nice setting for the leopard to defeat. Am I dreaming?
Ambo, if I'm honest, very disappointed by your efforts in the haggis eating. You're going, oh, I wish I had some vegetarian haggis. Well, here's some for you. Just gonna give it to you in facial form.
What? No. Oh. You're not eating it, are you? You're not. Is he eating it? Are you eating it? Yeah.